Hi everyone, for our project, we are doing ad targeting for Apple products on Twitter. The goal for our project is that Twitter provides all of the tools business owners need to put highly tailored ads in front of the people most likely to click on them. In this project, we'll discuss ways to target audience for Apple more effectively with Twitter ads. The reason we choose Apple is that we think Apple need to put more ads on their new products. The motivation for this project is that ad targeting helps a company to cut marketing costs by reducing wasted advertising, attract new customers, and increase repurchase rate. Before we dig into the tips for Twitter ad targeting, we need to know the steps to create a new campaign on Twitter. The really powerful thing about Twitter ad campaign is in our ability to layer targeting options on top of one another, gradually making the audience more and more specific. Let's first look into a few options we have. We can target users in some particular places or create highly specific ads for a place. We can also target users by what device they use. Twitter is all about community, and interest targeting lets us tap into those communities by targeting whatever the audience is most passionate about. If the audience is particularly active in one or more interest categories, we can use that in our advertising. Finally, we can find some of the influencers on Twitter to send the ads, who will also help Apple engage more effectively with their target audience.
For the project structure, we collect the data by ourselves from Twitter to MongoDB, and based on the data, we applied LDA and segmentation analysis. Also, with the centroid measures, in addition, we used the user portrait to analyze the user's preference. For the visualization, we used the Flask and D3 to visualize the data, and finally host the server on the Google Cloud platform. For data collection, we collect more than 240,000 tweets around for the Apple's products, and mainly focus on 4 products: AirPods, iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch. And for their size, we have more than 1.4 gigabytes. We use the data pre-processing such as tokenization and the local validation to get the final data we want. And we finally get 3.5 days data. For in here, they have a timeline for the data for each wave corresponding to 1 day.
Always, users will tweet about specific aspects of the product they are interested in order to know what type of advertisement we would like to focus on. We want to check out the topic in those tweets and find out the unique pinpoints of the target audience to create a carefully crafted ad. So how can we get a sense of what someone tweets about? We will use an unsupervised machine learning technique called LDA. LDA provides a schematic summary of a set of tweets by discovering topics and telling us the proportion of each topic found in a tweet. To do so, LDA attempts to model how a tweet was generated by assuming that the tweet is a mixture of different topics and assuming that each word is generated by one of the topics. And this is part of our LDA visualization. The four circles in this graph means 4 topics, and the right part of the graph shows the top 30 most relevant terms for each topic, and we will see it in detail when showing our website later. And the reason why we are doing sentiment analysis is we want to see what Twitter users think about one product and what are the positive and negative aspects of our product. By doing the sentiment analysis, we use TextBlob, which is a Python library for processing textual data. To estimate the sentiment of the tweets, we run the tweets through the TextBlob, and the program will go along finding words and phrases it can assign polarity and subjective to, and it averages them all together for longer tests. Then the tweets will be defined as positive, neutral, or negative by the output polarity. And the right chart shows some of our results, and we can see it's quite accurate.
We want to find influential users as the ad promoters. We do this by modeling the users and their relationships as a graphical network. The goal is to find the users having power in propagating information. We measure the power or influence by number of times a user has been retweeted or mentioned by other users. The graphical network we get is on the right. The node represents users, and directed edge is added from user A to user B if user A mentions user B or user A retweeted user B's tweet. The size of node is proportional to in degree of a user. which is number of times a user has been retweeted or mentioned by other users. We use two centrality measures, in-degree centrality and PageRank. In-degree is the number of incoming edges of a node. It assumes important nodes has more incoming edges. PageRank measures the importance of the nodes using the structure of the website. It assigns a score of importance to each node. Important nodes are those with many in-links from important pages. Next, we'll go through our website.
By analyzing the location information, device information, and tweet time of relevant tweets, the following results are obtained. Since we filtered the data beforehand and only keep the number of tweets from the US region, we collected 7,886 tweets about AirPods from a total of 54,730 tweets. From the device or platform distribution, the majority of tweets were from the iPhone. From the analysis of the geographical location of the tweets, we can see that most of the tweets are concentrated in California, Texas, Florida, and New York. While we acknowledge that the number of tweets is related to the population of each state, there are differences by analyzing the geographical distribution of different products. From the analysis of different tweet times, we can distinguish the active time periods for users of different products who tweet, so as to launch advertisements in these specific time periods. It may increase the exposure of our advertisements and attract more potential customers. This page contains three parts: Twitter user profile word cloud, tweet sentiment word cloud, and LDA result of each product. By clicking the navigation bar on the top, we can see each result of 4 Apple products: AirPods, iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch. Let's take an AirPods as an example. From the Twitter account bio word cloud of AirPods, we see several different interest groups. For example, the words tech, online work, and engineering may refer to a group interested in technology. The words music and gamer may refer to a group interested in entertainment. And there are also other groups may interested in culture and arts, and some groups can show in different life states. By carefully analyzing these groups, we can be more specific when promoting ads and be able to get to the pinpoints of each different group. For the tweet sentiment word cloud, the green color represents positive tweets and the red color represents negative tweets. In the green tweets, we see some words about the design, features, and demands of AirPods, such as wireless charging, buy AirPods, want, Christmas, gift, and so on. In the red tweets, we see some words such as lost, broke, bad, died. It can be seen that due to the wireless design of AirPods, the number of tweets about lost AirPods still accounts for a certain proportion. Through the sentiment analysis of these tweets, we can also learn how to highlight the positive information of the product and how to make up for the negative information when making advertisements. For the LDA part, let's take the first topic as an example. We found that Want 2019, Release 2020, and Coming appeared at a relatively high frequency. It is not difficult to infer that this topic talks about the new AirPods, which suggests the Twitter user pay close attention to new AirPods. As we saw from the other 3 topics, Twitter users also discussed the design of the product, the choice of gift for Christmas, as well as some of the negative aspects of the product. Capturing real-time tweets to understand what everyone is talking about can provide us with some good ideas to develop advertising so that our advertisements can be more in line with the trend and more impressive.
We have 7,000 unique users. It's not a good idea to plot their relationship at once. Therefore, we only use some influencers and any relationship they have with other users to get a sense of what the network looks like. Green nodes represents user being mentioned by other users. Purple nodes represents the users post the tweets. We notice nodes with larger size has more incoming edges. Therefore, we should select those nodes as they influence.
And last, we create a web page to show the sample ad targeting strategy for AirPods.